Hey Rachel, what's going on?
Hey Ken, good to see you again today.
Absolutely. Well, I just got finished breaking my fast, so I'm feeling pretty good. And we're just a couple days out now from kicking the big day off, right?
Yes, Thursday is the big day.
So we're gonna birth something beautiful together.
Hmm.
You know, we were just talking, right before we got on here, and we thought it would be a good idea to share some of the things that we're feeling and that we're seeing in the world and why we are here to do this work that we're looking to do. Um, you asked me on the physical side of things, what are you seeing in the world of wellness these days? Knowing how I work with my clients and the type of things that we do here, not just practitioner work, but coaching as well. And one of the things that I've just seen growing, a couple of things that I've seen growing more and more, ever since the pandemic. Even before the pandemic, there was just so much chronic fatigue, so much exhaustion, chronic fatigue syndromes and adrenal fatigue syndromes. And then now we've got the long COVID um, syndrome, which is the same thing. It's nothing different. It's the same.
Mhm.
Um, but the thing that disturbs me the most is the apathy that's coming into the sphere. That people have been so tired for so long, have failed miserably so many times because they don't have the juice, they don't have the support, they're not seeing a reason to pour into themselves, so they are apathetic and they're not giving a damn about a lot of things, about the things that actually do matter, because they've been pouring themselves into things that have no return.
Yes, and I see apathy as the light is not lit in them, right? And that's what we're doing is activating this inner light. And I see people who are struggling with apathy, with depression and anxiety, and they're wondering if they're the only person because we live
Mm-hmm.
in a social media world where it looks like everybody else's lives are perfect. And we wonder if we're the only one. And so we're ashamed to discuss it and to talk about it. And so one of the things we're going to do is create a safe space for that and to reactivate in them that light of what is possible, that you can overcome chronic fatigue. And I can say that because and I know that I have overcome chronic fatigue not once but twice.
And me too.
Debilitating, yeah, debilitating chronic fatigue, like
Whew.
debilitating. And the light was out in me, but I still knew that there was a purpose why I was going through that. And I've always had a support system. I've always had a coach or two, or in some cases, three in different areas of my life. I've worked with you. I worked with you for a year. I've worked with other coaches off and on for years. I mean, I've always had a mentor or a coach in my life because there are times where I needed somebody to see the light in me that I couldn't see in myself.
Yes.
That's, I think, what we are going to bring. We're going to bring that we see you, we see the truth of you, we see the soul of you, we see the essence of you, we see what is possible for you, and we want to inspire and encourage and motivate and bring that out in you. And we want to give you the tools and the support for you to begin to see that in yourself. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm really excited about, bringing these people together, because the people who are going to come into this room are people who
Mm.
know deep down inside of them that there is a better way. They just don't necessarily know how to get there.
Oh, what about they just don't have enough other energy to lift their energy?
Mm.
Because we're all energetic beings of light. And so we, at some times, this is why we used to live in villages. We had support systems. When we were having off days, someone was having a great day, they could do a little more when you could only do a little bit. And we
Yes.
don't have, we're losing that connection. and we need reconnection like it's a it's an absolute emergency at this
Mm,
point, right? We are fading and not finding friendship, and friendship is waning that is even existing
mhm.
because we're finding our friends here, and this isn't your friend. This is actually your enemy in a way.
Yeah.
This is a frenemy,
Mm,
and it's not the only thing, but we have a lot of distraction because we don't want to look in the reflection because we don't like what we see. And when we don't like what we see from the reflection, it's typically because we haven't taken action or we know we're not living up to our truest potential.
mhm.
Or we've got this laundry list of things that we're judging ourselves for not getting done over and over again when you just don't have it in the tank, when this might be a season in your life where you need to go a different direction, of trying to just drag on the same monotonous thing that simply isn't working
Mhm,
anymore because you aren't that being anymore. You're in
mhm,
a different space and place, which is going to require you to transform into a new version of yourself.
mhm.
And until you accept that, you're going to continue to wallow in the muck and mire. You're going to continue failing. You're going to continue not showing up in the way you want to show up. You're going to continue being frustrated that your business is not moving the way it's supposed to move. You're going to
Mhm.
continue to get angry at yourself for saying you were going to do something and then not being able to show up to actually pull it off. And
Right.
most importantly, if you're a leader, there's no one for you to share this with because you can't, like we used to say in the military, you can't bitch down. So you can't talk to anybody below you about it. You're at the top and they're expecting things from you. They're expecting you to show up. You can't tell your peers, they may sabotage you. Okay. This is a dog eat dog world, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Okay. So we understand why you want to protect your demeanor and protect your disposition, but you're hiding behind closed doors in complete misery. I remember when I was going through the 2008 timeframe, and I owned a pretty large mortgage business at the time in the DC area. I think at max capacity, we had like 40 to 50 loan officers working for our company at that time. And it was a mess. My partner bailed out of nowhere, just quit and left me holding the bag. And no one knew. Who could I tell?
Mm.
Who could I tell that all hell was, and I was working literally 24 to 36 hours at a time, trying to right the ship, moving offices and doing all the things and taking out more loans and floating the business this way and trying to make sure everybody was paid okay and going through all of that stress and load. No one knew I was crying in the bathroom on the floor when I had my first breakdown. That was my first batch of chronic fatigue syndrome. It hit me so hard. I had never failed so miserably in my life. Or so I thought.
Yeah.
And and I'm not the only one. I know
Mhm.
there's millions of people out there right now, and I know there's thousands right here in Charlotte who are feeling this exact same way. And you're going, damn, if I could just have the energy, if I just had a plan, if I just had some support, if I just had some HELP.
Yeah, and somebody who understands what I'm going through, because I think people feel like they're the only ones going through it because it's not a topic that is openly discussed across, a lot of these platforms. And I'm seeing a lot of people in this state because they don't have the help or the support, or they don't feel like they could talk about it. They are turning more to social media. They are turning more to the television. They are turning more to distractions. They're maybe even going and taking medications because they're feeling like they don't have any other way, because you're not thinking clearly when you're in that state. You're
Oh
really
no.
Yeah, you're not thinking clearly. And what we know to be true is that, like you said, this frenemy, these devices that we have, they are designed to keep us disconnected from our inner light, from our inner self, from our truth, from our knowingness. That's what they are designed to do. So the more that we get caught up in that world, it's like the further away from our truth we get. The more we are watching TV and on our cell phones and on our computers and taking medications, like we just keep moving further and further and further
Deeper.
away from the point that really we need to come back to, and come back to our truth and know that we are in fact sovereign beings, and we have the ability to heal if we have the right tools, support, all of the things that you and I are here and dedicated to helping people on this journey come to.
Yeah, and this is why I'm so excited to launch this Thursday so
Mhm.
that the hemorrhaging can begin to stop. At some point, if you're watching this right now and you got all these health problems because there's no way you're this stressed out and damaged without them, because you can't disconnect this. It's the whole reason why Rachel and I are working together as divine masculine, divine feminine in both of our specialties, is because you can't separate this stuff. You've been trying to separate and work in compartments your whole life. It doesn't work. Okay. You got to bridge the gap and bring this all together, because you are one being. You're not a heart department, an emotional department, or a spiritual department. You are an entire being. And this system must run in a cohesive manner, or it just won't run right. You'll just constantly be going down the road like this, like all of your wheels are unbalanced. Okay. Maybe you're already feeling that rockiness in your life. And we are here to help balance your tires, to get you down the road smoothly on the right direction with the right GPS coordinates, and get you there safely, energetically, and happily again, to get you back to that vibrant state of, remember when you had a purpose? Do you remember your purpose? Do you remember when you felt like getting up and going at your day and attacking your day? If you don't, we should be seeing you Thursday, right? If you've forgotten who that version of you is, if it's buried deep, deep, deep down and suppressed because it's been beat up, it's been exhausted for so long, it's been unsupported. Maybe you failed one too many times and forgot to learn your lesson from your failure to get back up and reassert yourself. I don't know, but I do know I've been through those things. I know that Rachel's been through those things. I know that we've helped hundreds and hundreds of people overcome these things day in and day out, because there's only a certain amount of people here on planet Earth that are willing to do this work. This is our craft. This is our love. We love you, and we want to show you our love and show you how we can help you move forward and rise, because the time is now. The time is now. You have been suffering for too long. You have been on these pharmaceutical drugs for too long. They are changing who you are. And I know you don't even like who you are right now. Wouldn't you like to love who you are again? We're talking about like, you should be loving yourself. When's the last time you loved yourself? Truly showed up in love for yourself and looked yourself in the mirror and said, I love you. Ooh, that's scary for a lot of people to say.
It was for me. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Ken, we're like, I remember the first time I did that. I just cried. The first 10 times, 30 times, I don't know, maybe 100 times I did that. I would just cry, like the tears would just start flowing. It's because when you look into your own eyes, you see the depth of who you are. And if you can look into your own eyes and see that there's still light in there, there's hope. I mean, everything that we're going to work through with things that we have overcome. We said the other day, we're overcomers, and
Yes.
we're going to help you be an overcomer too and ignite that inner light. So we're meeting Thursday. Thursday is the first one. The way this is going to work is there are going to be 2 meetings a month. And there's some months I actually think there's 3, because it's every
Yes.
2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we're meeting in person in South Park. The address, we'll post all of the details and the links of this video. The first one is this Thursday. You're going to come to 2 a month. And it's going to be, the first one is going to be Ken and I sharing and pouring out from our hearts. The second one is really going to be us coaching you on what we shared the first one and feedback and how it went. And it's really going to be an in-person coaching. It's $50 a month. So we've priced this to where it's available for anybody, no matter what your situation is. It's like Ken said before, it's Starbucks money. $50 a month. We'll post a link, grab your spot, and come and join us and start and commit to this, because we're doing this for the entirety of 2024, starting this Thursday, every 2 weeks on a Thursday night, 1 hour. We're going to be in and out in 1 hour. And there's going to be a place for support in between the sessions. And then there is going to be, like I said, the coaching session on the second week of the month. Ken, do you have anything you want to add to that? Did I miss anything?
Come and bring someone you know. You don't have to come by yourself. You need to, if you're hearing this right now, share this video to someone else you love and care about and you know is struggling as well, because this should not be a secret. Do not keep this a secret. We're going to show up and glow up. So please share this with as many people that make sense to you to share this with. Don't have any fear. Maybe this will bring up a conversation that we all know we've probably been needing to have for quite a long period of time. Show your vulnerability, right? And if they think you're a little weird for going, all right, maybe they're not the right person. But what happens when they start to see you shift? See, I've been through this too many times. I do this every day, right? I see the amazing shift in people every single day. So I know it's absolutely possible. And guess what? They aren't special. You have the same ability. Me and Rachel aren't special. Okay. You have what we have. You have the light inside. We're just going to guide you back to it. Okay. And show you how to unravel that thing and get out of the funk and replace the lies with new truths that you've been trying to get to. Outside of that, we'll see you Thursday. Okay. We'll see you Thursday, and we'll be ready to go to work. We'll be ready to share and to love and to grow. And it's going to be beautiful work, beautiful work. So thank you for your attention, and we'll see you then.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.